Right. Nice short one for us tonight, guys. As it's a weekend, I don't want to keep you here too long. So I've recently just had a new client start with me this week. And tonight he has sent me a text message saying, is it possible for me to take weekends off and still lose fat and lose weight? Now, there is a part of me that, of course, wants to say, well, no, like you're here to do this. You want to do it properly. You want to get awesome results. Fuck taking weekends off. Let's go. Let's get this done. And you'll feel much better for it. But the truth is, if I was to say that, I'd possibly be lying or at least bending the truth. Now, what I mean is most of us, particularly if we're a long way away from our goal, could probably get away with doing 5 days a week, as in the weekdays of clean eating, healthy living and all the rest of it, and then take the weekends off and probably still get results. Because let's face it, 5 days out of 7 is better than 0 days out of 7. So for most of us, we're going to get some kind of result. The catch is you're only going to get so far. You'll get so far with your physique, and yes, you'll get the weight loss and so on, but it's likely that you'll get to a point where you won't then be able to move beyond because you're going to need to take that next step and obviously include those other 2 days, particularly if you want to get, for example, visibly lean abdominals, as in a visible six-pack and so on. If you want definition and shape in your shoulders, if you want definition and shape in the legs and things like that, then having 2 whole days where you're not actually partaking in the process, then there's a good chance you won't get to those final results that actually make you feel good. It's like, it's one thing to lose weight and end up what we call skinny fat, but you don't just want to be slim. Most of us want to be slim and feel athletic. We want to feel strong and obviously look the part. We want to look good in our clothes. We want to look good when we're naked or in our swimwear and so on. So sometimes having 2 whole days won't be enough to get that. But yes, you could probably lose some weight if you're a long way off. But a more important aspect of this that I would encourage you guys to look at is, why would you want to have 2 days off anyway? So it's one thing to say, oh, well, I don't want to be 100% strict and I don't want to kind of let this thing take over my life. I still want to have some fun and indulgences with certain foods and so on. Like, that's absolutely fine. But why would you want to sabotage yourself by having 2 whole days of eating off plan or not following the process? Like, what is it about that behavior that you want to maintain? Because let's face it, that behavior led you to where you are, where you're unhappy with your body, you're lacking in confidence, lacking in self-esteem, you're overweight, you're tired, you're lethargic, you're achy, and all these different negative aspects. It's like, why the fuck would you want to keep serving that negative outcome? So we have to kind of sit with ourselves and go, okay, well, cool. That's a great question. I should ask this because what if I can? But why is it that I actually want to keep partaking in this particular behavior? Now, for many of us, the reason will be there is some kind of emotional need that we're meeting through this current behavior. So most of what we do, if not all of it, is based around serving our own emotional needs. We all have emotional needs and we operate subconsciously trying to fulfill those needs. Now, there is likely something that's trying to be satisfied here. And if you find yourself in the same boat where, oh, I need cheat days and cheat meals and all the rest of it, there is probably something somewhere, like some unhappiness, some sadness, some regret, some guilt, some lack of fulfillment or something like that somewhere that you're trying to fulfill or compensate for with this negative behavior with food, as in using food as a crutch to help you through those emotional difficulties. So we need to look at that sometimes, because quite often what we'll find is we will continue to trip up, make mistakes, fall off, sabotage ourselves, and always try like the all or nothing extreme approach because we know it's going to give us an excuse to quit because it's too difficult. So we often find if there is an emotional need that we haven't identified, we're going to keep continually unconsciously serving that need, and that's going to prevent us from getting to the result that we want. So I'm not saying don't have 2 days off, but what I am saying is ask yourself why the hell you would want 2 days off out of the 7. Now, if it's just because I don't think I can handle 7 days yet, and once I'm in a rhythm, then I'll extend it out to 2 days, to 7 days, then maybe not such a big deal. But if this is something you're looking at and thinking, oh, could this be sustainable long term? Just bear in mind that you probably won't get to those final results that you want, the ones that are actually going to make you feel awesome. Don't get me wrong, you'll feel great along the way. But there's a difference between not being fat and obviously being lean and looking athletic or strong and healthy. So we just need to be careful of, well, what's the actual physical outcome that I want? And then we have to go, okay, well, why is it that I'm looking to continue partaking in this behavior that has led me to a negative place in my life that I want to get away from, but yet I want to somehow still maintain some of that old version of me. So that's what I'll leave you guys with today. Not surprisingly, I've gone on longer than I expected. I was going to try and keep it to 3 minutes, but we're now at 5.5. So I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you all have an awesome weekend is what I was going to say. And as always, if you have any questions of your own, drop them in the comments below. And if not, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Take it easy, people, and I shall chat to you soon.